Computerized Start is brought to you by my awesome patrons on Patreon and by your tips and memberships on Coffee. These and other channel supporters make my live streams possible. You too can become a channel supporter with tiers starting at just $1. And as always, thank you for all your support, including sharing, chatting, liking, and subscribing. Now roll that famous logo animation. Good evening and welcome back to Computerized Start Live. I am your host, Justin D. Morgan, and I have made a slight adjustment to my streaming setup. I removed the ring light that blocks my view of the icons at the very top of the screen, so now, hopefully, that will make my Firefox experience when I need to switch to Firefox that much better. Also, let's see who is in the chat to enhance our live stream experience even more. Also, I remembered my hat. That also enhances the experience. But let's see who's in the chat. We have Kibbs with Retro. Hi, Kibbs. We have SadMac356. Hi, SadMac. We have Adam McGee. Hi, Adam. We have Frank S. Hi, Frank. We have KMac Vintage. Hi, Will. Yeah, I was trying to start on time. We have Gut Bomb. Hi, Jason. We have David Starbuck. Hi, David. And we have a box on the bench. And let's see here. Channel and we have Jesse. Hi, 80386SX. Yes. Let's see, channel announcements. All right, I do know that at least a few people got stickers and buttons at VCF East. In fact, if you saw Trina's stream, it appears as if Trina was sent buttons and stickers by way of, I presume, Steve, Mac84 Steve, or someone by proxy, because the only person I'd sent buttons and stickers to was Steve to put out on the table. So thank you, Steve, or whoever else had the thought of putting those in Trina's box to then make their way to Canada. So, yes. I also, yesterday, was doing my taxes and had so much fun, I filed an extension so I could have more fun later this week. I also ordered some other button designs. More on those later. I've got some more button designs. So, all I will say is thank you to whoever told me that I should put my hat on them. So, that might be one of the button designs. Also, I did order a few more stickers, not that I have a shortage of them at the moment. Those stickers might be the same designs as one of the buttons, although I didn't order like a blue million of them. More on that later. I am trying to come up with an equitable sticker distribution scheme. I'm leaning towards, because I'm a nice guy, but I can't mail everyone stickers all up front month number one, much as I'd like to. I'm thinking of, if you so my channel supporters, I'm going to mail them as of the cutoff date whenever I announced it was. I'll reach out to you all when I'm ready to mail, and you'll be the first that I'll mail to. Then I'll probably do a scheme of, you can request stickers. I will fulfill requests in the order I receive them. International requests will take longer. But if you want to jump the line, I'll probably say, well, if you send me a self-addressed stamped envelope, then you can jump the line. Kind of one of those things that if you're going to mail me an envelope with the stamp on it to just drop in the mailbox, then that makes my life easier. Anyways, that's kind of what I'm leaning towards. The buttons I ordered, I probably will, other than there are some people that I'm going to send them to. I was thinking of actually selling a set of buttons. So I don't want to sell them for like goo gobs of money. I'm just trying to like cover costs. So it'll kind of be my, because as much as I would like to add buttons to my merch store, quite honestly, it's great that Fourth Wall, the way they do it, because I'm using Fourth Wall. Mike 84 Steve uses Fourth Wall. He gave me the idea. So Fourth Wall, I don't have to set up my own web store, but for a lot of the items, their pricing is about the same as everyone else. But I've always thought that the on-demand, like the buttons and stickers that are ordered on demand, I've always thought those were overpriced. So I thought that I would at least attempt to handle buttons on my own. So I will probably charge at least enough to cover expenses. And Will uses Fourth Wall also. Also, yesterday I did also order some samples from Fourth Wall. If you go to my store, shop.jdmcs.com, you can get your April Apples merch. But I have some items that are not live yet, and I ordered some samples, and those were not free. They sell them to me at cost, quite literally. So their cost for the item plus their cost for shipping, plus they even charged me the credit card processing fee on top of it. So literally at their cost. So, but I have some samples on the way because for the merch that has my channel branding on it, I'm being a little pickier. So I want to see and make sure that it looks like for the merch that will be there for a while that I'm going to be happy with it. So I ordered some samples. Plus, as I justified to myself, one of the items I ordered was one of the stainless steel water bottles with my logo on it because I really wanted to see how it turned out. And besides, I needed a water bottle, so might as well rep my own brand. So you can look for those coming as I gradually get Computerized start brand things in the store. You can look for buttons being available. And it's also possible that if I have to mail you something, you may find that I drop a button or two in your box if I'm already mailing you something. So I'll just give that as a hint too. But I think I've got some cool designs that I think folks will generally like, because if I'm going to have to charge you a minimal amount to cover costs, I at least want to have some cool designs. So hopefully they will be cool. But I ordered those buttons. I ordered like 20 of each design because I just wanted to get a small number to see how well they went. If I run out, I can order more. I ordered them from Think Twice Buttons. So it's basically I have to order a minimum of $5 of each design, a $15 minimum order total. So not going to break the bank for if I have to order another set of buttons. In fact, I think I ordered 20 of 6 designs, so it was like $36. So anyways. One of those button designs was April Apples, and those are, I'm trying to figure out how to deal with those. Those will be a different distribution scheme. I was thinking of for people that do some April Apples content, I would at least try to get them a button just to kind of drum up a little support. But more on that later too. I think also, given what's in this box, I may have to send Adam a April Apples button. Anyways, so what do we have here? We have a box. Oh, hi Thomas. Welcome. By the way, my thumbnail was not clickbait when I said speedy delivery. I wasn't kidding. So Adam, of course, Adam shipped this Friday. I got it Saturday. The label on the top probably tells you all you need to know. So thank you, Adam. Oh yeah, I'm opening it soon. I got it ready to open just because I wanted to get this out. But yes, thank you for sending this along, Adam. FedEx Express always treats these packages very well. I'm always impressed by how the FedEx Express delivery courier always sets the package down on the porch, whereas FedEx Ground and UPS and the Postal Service like to actually more throw them on the ground. So, yes. It appears as if it did arrive safely. And the first thing we have is we have some notes. Adam did say he would send me some notes, so we will look at that in a moment. And we have packing foam. And I think folks are going to start to get a clue here. All right, there we go. I cannot see the chat. If anyone wants to make a guess, well, you have mere moments. Because as soon as I move this styrofoam, you'll see the case badge. 3, 2, 1. And we have an Apple II Plus. Although, it might be fair to say this might be kind of an Apple II Plus minus, because Adam did warn me that it was missing a few parts, and we'll get to that momentarily. So, first of all, for team, just plug it in and see what happens. That is not an option with this one, so sorry. We will not be just plugging this in and see what happens, because I value Apple II Pluses more than that. Oh, there's also a spider in the box. Oh, that's not a spider. Okay. Let me double check there's nothing else in the box. Yeah. Styrofoam. All right. Apple II minus. All right. We have, yes, FedEx. Yeah. And, oh, we have the big bad biologist. Hi, John. Wish I could have been there this past weekend. Looks like you had a good time there for everyone that was at VCF East. Also, I keep forgetting to ask Ian where he got his flat cap at, because believe me, I noticed. He was, I think Steve posted a consignment preview, and I noticed Ian was wearing a flat cap. It looks a lot like mine. Anyways, so we have an Apple II Plus. It is missing the 3 key. So let's see here. What else do we have that we know about it? All right. Adam did, I think, mention he was going to put feet on it, or that it had feet. So yes, it has feet. It is missing some screws. That's not a big deal. David Starbucks says you need to put a Trident card in it. Kib says my desk is a mess. Yes, my desk is a mess. And there's no hope for my desk, probably. All right, so let's take a look at the note, and then we'll take a look at the. Kim says Justin. It's an Apple II. It doesn't have a 3. Yeah. I also don't have to drop it every 2 weeks to reseat the chips. Although, speaking of chips, we'll get to that in a moment. All right, Adam says, hi, Justin. Here is a computer that I'm sending you as a channel donation. Now, before you get too excited, here are some things you should know about this particular computer. It has been carefully assembled using parts that I rejected for use on any of my own systems or on a system that I would put up for sale. The case is missing several screws and is quite dirty, but I installed 2 new feet. Keyboard is missing a key and a power light, although it does work. Power supply works, but the refa inside has made a nice mess. There's also a strange modification from a previous user on the bottom, and it's missing some screws. Someone was nice enough to write power supply on the top. Oh, yay! So now I won't forget what it is. Yay! It's so hard to remember what parts in computers are. The motherboard is the most fun. You will notice that some of the chips are missing. That's because there's a short somewhere on the board which caused those chips to emit large amounts of smoke. This board previously worked, but started blowing up chips recently. I did install a bank of tested 16K memory chips on the board in case you can get it to work. Good luck, Adam. All right. Thank you, Adam. To which I think the only logical response is challenge accepted. So the question is, will Steve get his Quadra 840 AV fixed before I can get this fixed? Steve would probably say, but Justin, I have it where I think he's got it working. All right. Wow. There we go. Oh, yeah. And it is an Apple II Plus. There we go. If anyone wants to see the case badge, yes. All right. And we have... Oh, yeah. Let's see here. We have some... I do see some missing chips right off the bat. We are missing that chip there. We are missing RAM. Adam, was the RAM part of the casualties of chips that got damaged when it was shorted? We'll have to... I'll pull the case off so we can take a look at everything else. Because the first matter is going to be finding the short on the motherboard. Adam says, I hope you like your pile of junk. Yes, I am already starting to enjoy my pile of junk. It will give me lots of entertainment in repairing it. It already has 16K of RAM in it. National, I think it's national RAM. So there we go. If anyone wants to get a good look. Adam said the RAM didn't fail. Okay. That will help me try to figure out what is shorted on the board. All right, as we can see, the power supply does say power supply on it. And we'll take that out in a moment. All right. Case is a bit dirty, but I think the case will clean up with a little bit of elbow grease. All right, but there's got to be okay, Adam says there's got to be a short to 12 volts on the board somewhere. I would agree. I actually suspected that you were going to send me that board. So I actually kind of already had my thinking cap on. Literally. So let's go ahead and pull this motherboard out. Oh, wait. Is that one of the... Oh. That might be one of the power supply screws. No, it's not. That's a case screw. All right. Okay, Adam said the ROMs are good too. The power supply is a fun surprise on the bottom. Yes. Yes, I remember seeing when Adam posted the picture of the power supply on Twitter. I think I know exactly which one it is. And if my guess is right, I have the perfect way to fix it. And it involves a color laser printer and a picture of Ceiling Cat. And I will have the first memeable Apple II Plus power supply. All right, let me definitely unplug the keyboard connector. I can flip this over. All right, so we will set the... All right, Adam says the power supply screws are silver. All right. Well, I left the power supply attached for now. Since I have a metal workbench, I figured it would be easier to do some continuity checks with the motherboard still on the standoffs. All right. So I think the first order of business is to see if we can't find the short. Because if I can find the short, then maybe I can fix the short. And if I can fix the short, then maybe I can find an IC somewhere. All right, Adam says the keyboard tested good on another 2 Plus. I didn't have a switcher cap for the missing 3. All right. That's okay, Adam. I know where I can get replacement key stems. And I'll manage a 3 key somewhere. I may just have to be resourceful. Also, I don't mind 3D printing a replacement keycap until I can find a proper keycap. Adam says that motherboard will come out easy because all the standoffs are broken. All right, I like easy. That might be the easiest thing. Actually, I was thinking of just leaving it in, but then I realized that it'll be easier to test if I can actually see the bottom of it, so... Yep. Yeah, see the screws in the back. They were a bit hard to see from my vantage point, but there they are. Oh, there we go. Oh, that's a block of aluminum. All right, let's see. All right, so on a visual inspection of the board, I do see there's a bodge wire on the back. Although it does appear as if it's probably a factory bodge wire. It is right there. All right. I don't see any traces that are burned. All right. On the front side of the board, all right. Adam says he would look for a short around the crystal oscillator board on the front. Ooh, yeah. I think I see a couple things on this corner that look dodgy to me too. All right. So it does look like we are missing 2 ICs. So we're missing this one here, and we're missing this one here. And actually, that would make sense if this area of the board had a problem. I could see how this chip could go as well as this one, because that's, I think, one of the bus chips for the processor. Yeah. Adam says this chip blew up. All right. So I think that does give me an area to start. I'm just looking to make sure I don't see any other problems. And actually, I... I actually think I might see a problem with the board. Yeah. Okay, Adam says with that chip out, the one near the 6502 blew up. Okay. I think that tells me that both of them were probably going to go. I actually see a potential problem with this board, so let's take a look. Adam says, I gave up because I was out of spare chips. Well, I don't know if I have spare chips for those, but, well, computer may have to loan me a chip or two. I'll put it that way. Assuming that those chips aren't bad in computer. All right, I'm trying to find a box so I can set this board on to make sure that I don't measure shorts that are actually my workbench. Somewhere I had a motherboard box about the right size, and I probably still have the motherboard sitting on it. Yay me! Motherboard box that is Pro tip. Your GeForce RTX 3080 board makes a wonderful insulator, hopefully. I don't have a silicon mat that's large enough, so... no, I do not have a 3080. Do not worry. You do not have to be envious over my older video cards. This is the box that my RX 580 came in. Or not 580. 590. The one that I used in my cheap PC challenge entry. They reused the box for their new video card. All right, let's see here. I thought I saw a problem. Ooh. Wow, I don't think I could have zoomed in any better with a random placement of the camera, but I think I might see a problem here. I think. Oh, hi, Jeremy. Welcome. I think this expansion bus connector it sure looks like it's touching, doesn't it? Oh, okay, I might have been pushing that. All right, let me see if I can't measure it without putting as much pressure on it. This is going to be difficult. All right. Let me see if I can zoom out just a little bit so I can actually... Okay, well, maybe that's not actually touching. Jeremy says I have a 3080 and it's not for sale. I wouldn't blame you, Jeremy. I don't know if that's actually touching. That is going to be hard to actually ohm test without possibly bending it. But that may not be a dead short, but that is probably a very low... Yeah, as Gutbomb put it, it's not touching, but it's basically touching. Yeah, that kind of looks a little... I could see how, depending on how you... Yeah, that looks suspect. Let's check the rest of that, because that's not the only spot I saw on this connector. And that's not the only connector. Okay, there's another one. Let's see if there's one that's like... Ooh, that... That one looks touching. That one looks like it actually is touching. I should probably find a pinout of the edge connectors. Actually, you know, I know how to test this to see if they're actually touching. I'll do it from the backside. That is slot 4. Or, no, slot 3. But I also noticed slot 2 also had a couple that looked like they were really close as well. Yeah, let's see if any of those are actually shorted. Ooh, okay, that one's bent the other way. Now, it's possible I might be able to... Yeah, that one's fine. Yeah, I think it's slots 2 and 3. And I'd have to look at the pinout to see if there's... Oh, Adam says that board previously had cards in most of the slots. Maybe that's why it failed, because of... Yeah, that might be it. If you, that might be it. Might be a case of fix by installing a serial card. All right, so at least you can see what I'm doing here. Okay, so this is slot 0 because this is the one beside the power supply. So slot 0 and slot 1 looked fine. Slots 2 and 3 are the ones that had the connectors that looked like they were bent. So let's see. Okay, that 2 ohms. There's 2 ohms between those two pins. Point 1, there's our short right there. 4.6 ohms. Oh, there's another short. Should probably mark them. Adam says that Apple had parallel serial 80 column CPM card, sound card, disc 2 card only, slot 7 was empty. Oh, and slot 0 had a 16K card in it. All right. I'm going to actually mark which ones are shorted so I can check the pin out. Okay. All right, so that pair right there. So anything that's a low enough resistance to cause my meter to beep. Because as far as I know, I don't think any of these are. Although I could be wrong, and I might see that some of these are supposed to be connected together, but that's why I'll check the pin out. Okay, that's like 5 ohms, so that's probably a low enough resistance. Depending on what's on the signal. I think. Yep. Those two right there. Okay, there we go. Adam says maybe having a card in the slot for 40 years wore out the bendability of the fingers. Maybe. Also possible the slot was trashed 40 years ago and someone realized, oh, you know, if I just put lots of cards in here, it works. All right, that's 20 ohms. I'm not going to call that one. Well, I'll put like a dot, 2 dots that are about, because 20 ohms isn't like quite. I mean, yeah, that's a low enough resistance that could cause problems, but all right, though. Ooh. Okay. That set of pins might actually supposed to be connected. Yeah, those are connected on all of them. So this probably isn't the ones we're looking for. Yeah, first I just want to see which are measuring low resistance. Then I'll actually check the pin out of the slot to see if any of them are actual problems. All right. Some of these I kind of wonder if they maybe are connected to the same signals. Adam says, I didn't think to check the slots. I could have just stuck 8 parallel cards in it. Quite possibly. All right. So I'm noticing on these 2 slots, there are several that are connected on both sides. This one, though, was 20 ohms. And that one right there is actually really suspect. All right, let's check the pin out. Because all it would take would be one short. All right, let's see. Apple II slot pin out. Oh, there we go. I've looked this up before. All right, so the Apple II slot, I believe, is numbered 1 through 50, and of course, Apple had to do it differently than everyone else. I believe it is numbered, if I'm looking at the diagram correctly, pin 1 is a ground. Okay, so I believe pin 1. So, if I'm reading the diagram correctly, pin 1 is going to be this one. This is the back side of the board, because pin 1 is a ground, and see that's connected to ground. So pin 1 to pin 25, pin 26 to pin 50. So if I wanted to look for signals, so pins 2 to 49 are, so pins 2 to 49 are 20 ohms on the one slot. So pin 2 is DMA in, and pin 49 is address line 0. Mm, not quite. I don't think that's the one we're looking for. All right. So the next set is going to be pin 5 to pin 46. So pin 5 is IRQ, and pin 46 is address line 3. Okay, I don't think that should be shorted, so that's definitely a problem, but I'm not sure that's the one that's going to be sending 12 volts to ground. Or, I probably, well, assuming that it's 12 volts going to 5 volts. So it's going to be pin 8 to 43. So pin 8 is, pin 8 is negative 12 volts. Ooh. Pin 43 is address line 6. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I believe there's a short that's something that should not be connected. Pin 9 is negative 5 volts. And that's going to 42, which is address line 7. Yikes. So we got, is that really both negative? I think we got both negative voltages going to address lines. All right. I'm thinking it may not be the slots after all. And then we have 24 is going to, no, 23 is going to 28. There's kind of a short there too. 23 is data line 1, and 28 is int out. All right, so I think the two that are most troubling are these ones here, because this is negative 12 volts, that's negative 5 volts, and there is a really low resistance between those and two of the address lines. Yeah, Jeremy says the slots are numbered like typical through-hole ICs. Yep. Kim says, I got a PC that will only boot Linux installers. All right, I think it's time to pull out some extra troubleshooting help. All right, first of all, I've got a diagram that Adam sent me of the Apple II like chip layout. I'll pull this over on my other screen so I can actually share it. It was a while ago that you sent it to me, Adam, but I have it. And then I'm going to bring up the Apple II schematic. I'm going to see if there's any chips that are on address lines as well as negative 12 or negative 5 volts. Memory chips would definitely be a candidate. Yeah, huh. All right. Oh, those are some really bad schematics, but well, I guess bad's better than nothing. All right. All right. So I've got this chart here that kind of what I see does which job. So this is highlighted based on like types of chips. So I think each of the subsystems has a different color. So I do know the two missing chips that are on this board that release the smoke. One of them is a CPU address port chip. I should maybe see if that's. Let me see if that is on the same address lines. 42 and 43 are address lines 7 and 6. All right. No. Okay, that is not for those address lines that have a negative 5 volts going to them. Okay. The other chip is this one here, which is a clock control. Okay. I am suspect of those two transistors, though. All right. That may not be as useful as I thought it might be, but at least I've got it. All right, let me see if I can find a slightly better schematic. So bear with me one moment. This one that's on archive.org is very hard to read. All right. So I've got the apple2.org.za up. It has a bunch of manuals. Actually, that one might be slightly easier to read. No, it's just as bad. All right. All right. So I've got a schematic. I'll pull it over on my other monitor too so I can share it. It's a. I also have the book, the Apple II circuit description. Ooh. Appendix B. Ooh, here we go. That looks promising. I think this book might have some schematics in the back pages. All right, let me let that load here momentarily. Actually, let me just save this to the computer. I got the Apple. Oh, there we go. And I've got the Apple II Plus 2E troubleshooting and repair guide. Excellent. All right, all right. So I have those locally now, so I should be able to read them no problem. All right, let's see here. And apparently, Microsoft has decided that Edge is going to be what PDFs open in. No, I am not going to set that as my default browser. I don't care how many times you ask, Microsoft. Ooh. Oh, wow. There's some actually nice schematics in the back of this one book. Memory address. Oh, this is the video circuit. Okay. Oh, here we go. Okay, I do know one place where -5 and -12 volts are present is the memory chips. Although those voltages are on opposite corners of the chip, and Adam put new chips in, so that's probably not it. All right. Maybe oh wow, there we go. This here we go. That's a good page there. That would have been a handy one to be able to just quickly look at the slots and see the pins on each side. So here's the ones that are shorted. Wait a minute. It looks like oh, I think I might have had the connector numbered wrong. Jeremy's telling me the YouTube chat is dead. Um well, I don't know how to fix that. I believe YouTube chat might be broken because I can't send a message either. So let's see if YouTube. All right, let's see if YouTube's posted anything on social media. Because, yeah, it looks like. Or maybe I should tag them. That would explain why the chat suddenly went dead. Oh, also, it looks like the viewer stats I'm seeing on the screen are also probably broken because it's showing that I have 0 people watching, which kind of seems weird. Oh, wait a minute, SadMac just posted something. Maybe YouTube chat's fixed again. Yeah, I think maybe YouTube chat might be working again. Maybe. No, I can't send anything. That is weird. All right. All right. Let me check the YouTube. Oh, not YouTube creators. YouTube. All right. Yeah, Jeremy, I see that. Well, I can't easily. Okay, Gutbomb says YouTube chat is dodgy, but we're still watching. Yeah, if YouTube chat is broken, there's not anything I can do it. I can't send chat messages either. So I guess just keep checking and um I'll um here. I'll send a um um all right. My viewers are complaining that the live stream chat is working at, is not is ah well, I refreshed my web browser and that didn't help. Okay, I'm seeing some chat messages now. Yeah, the live stream. I'm trying to describe it to YouTube, but using easy to understand language because I don't know who is working their Team YouTube page right now. If anyone, my viewers are complaining that the live stream chat is or was misbehaving or actually is giving lots of errors and even disconnecting. There we go. There. I doubt they'll listen to a small channel on their X page, but Kib said I had to send 7 messages before the 8th one sent. Well, I just sent Team YouTube a message. Maybe someone's watching and will respond. Moving along, I'm looking at these schematics here to see if there's any place where ooh. Okay, on the cassette in, there's an op amp that is connected to -5 and +5 volts. That's worth investigating. Oh, wait a minute. That's right. I need to look at the slot numbers again because I had the wrong pin numbers. This isn't pin 1 here. Oh, wait. Hold please. Okay, I thought this was pin 1 because I was looking at a bad diagram. This is actually pin 26 because that's where the ground is. According to the schematic I'm looking at, pin 1 is here to pin 25, and then this is pin 26. I think this book I'm looking at is more likely to be accurate than the allpinouts.org. Oh, wait. Allpinouts.org has a oh, never mind. Allpinouts.org numbered them differently. Okay, that may be accurate. Never mind. Yeah, chat's broken. I saw your message, Jeremy. YouTube's probably rolling out some update. Considering their software runs 24/7, I mean, when are they going to find downtime to roll it out? Okay, so according to this book I'm looking at, this is pin 26. let me at least make sure that, like, what I saw on allpinouts.org lines up with this other book here. I think it's the Apple II Circuit Description by W. Gaylor. So so 21 and 30. Okay. That was IRQ and ready. So 33 and 34. Okay, so I did have the right thing. So negative 12 volts and 5 volts are... Oh, and if those are shorted together on one of these slots, of course they're going to be shorted together on all the slots. All right, good night, Frank. All right, I got an idea here that to see if the short is in the slots. I just have to remember where I put them. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to find those PCBs. All right, found the PCBs. Of course, now Joe sells the Apple II VGA on his store, so I have no reason to build these. But the cool thing is, if I put these in the slot that I think has the contact shorted, then hopefully I will see the short disappear when I check those same contacts, because there's nothing on these boards to be shorting. As long as I put them in correctly. So I think it's slots 2 and 3, but one of them is shorted. All right. Okay, there is a reason why I'm doing this, and that's so at least I have a little bit more to support the board when I turn it upside down. All right, now Jeremy, I can't use Discord for chat because I have no way of being able to see Discord and OBS at the same time. I do appreciate the offer, but um I don't I I don't have a way of putting the Discord chat in front of me and still being able to see what I need to see on my main monitor. It's not big enough. But I do appreciate the... All right, so... Oh, Okay. Well, inserting cards has fixed those two pins shorting, so yeah. Oh, there's okay, so these two pins are still shorted together somewhere. So that's going to be address data 1 and data 1. Oh, address 1 and data 1. Okay. Well, I'll have to look at the slot. Oh, hi, Eric. Welcome. Okay, so somewhere I think there may be another short in one of the edge connectors. I think there's an address and a data line that's connected together that shouldn't be. There could be a damaged IC as well. Or oh. Let's try slot 4. Let me see if that just fixed it. I think slot 4 might be. Oh, slot 4's got a slot 4 is bad as well. So this short here went away when I put a card in slot 4. Now, I wonder which of slots 2 and 3 were contributing to these shorts. Oh, good. Chat lives. Maybe YouTube did something. All right, so I'm going to take the card I have in slot 2 out. So let's see if any of those shorts come back. It's also possible plugging a card into the slot might have bent things back into shape. Oh. Okay, so slot 2 is where we were getting negative 12 volts to the read-write line. All right. So slot 2 is... Slot 2 has bent pins. All right, so slot 3, I think, is where I'm going to see we had negative 5 volts. Yep. And these two. Yep. All right, so there we go. We have bent pins in slots 2, 3, and 4, with slots 2 and 3 having bent pins that are connecting the negative voltage rails to valid signals. Could that be the problem I'm having on computer? Could I have a bent slot? Huh. I'm thinking YouTube's having trouble tonight. All right, I bet we can power this up using these cards as spacers to keep the pins from shorting. Hi, Rudy. Welcome. We're troubleshooting this Apple II Plus that had some bad shorts, and it's the slot connectors. So now let me see if we have any replacement chips. I need a 74LS00. And I need a 8197 or an 1897, excuse me. Which I'll have to look up what the generic equivalent is on that because I don't know what that is right offhand. All right. Is it fixed yet? Well, Adam, I think I figured out where the shorted slots are. And it is actually slots 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, shorts are only good for YouTube. Yes, new slots are in order for the future, Jeremy. Yes, that is for sure. I don't want to have to load it up with cards just to be able to use it. Oh, I need to resolder the video connector. All right. So yes, there will be a slot replacement stream in the future. I do not have slots on hand. So I can't replace the slots now. I will have to order 50-pin slots. Now, if this were an 8-bit ISA slot, then we'd have better luck because I think I actually have some 8-bit ISA slot connectors. All right, but let me see if I've got a 74 LS00 and a whatever you might call it. There, I'll have to look up what that chip is in the 74 series. Because I do not know, I don't have any 1897s, but I might have whatever that is generically in the 74 series. But I do not know what that is right offhand. That is chip H. H5, I think it is. All right, H5. Let me see if I can find it on this diagram here. I think it's H5. No, that's the processor's H8. Weird designation. All right, hold please. Well, I guess I could search. All right, so that is an 1897. That is a high-speed hex 3-state buffer inverter. All right, 1897 74 series. Equivalent. Would have to go get computer to. I'll. Well, that would appear to be it, Jeremy. Yeah, 50 position slot, gold contacts, TE connectivity. That would be the slot, Jeremy. Although if I really wanted to be accurate, I'd probably replace them with Amphenol, but probably close enough. I don't need to be that accurate. I have any other ones? Oh, that's actually the best price they have on them. I mean, I could order some from um PE is it PE connectors or something like that? Although TE connectivity are probably a better quality slot connector anyways. Yep, probably replace those three. All right, I'm still looking for the cross reference. $74,367. That's it. All right. $74,367. All right. Let me find my logic chip. I may have a 74. Oh, here we go. Yes, that makes logical sense, of course. All right. All right. So here's my logic chips. And if I look carefully in this box, oh yeah, more logic chips that are just dumped in the bottom. All right. Ah, all right. I think that little foam there, assuming you saw me toss it on the table, is what I was looking for. All right. So these are some chips that Sorcerer Stan sent for repairing computer. These are the spares. Probably telling that I used most of them on computer. All right. The chips I'm looking for are not there. I may go upstairs and grab computer and borrow the chips, but there's no guarantee the chips on computer are good. All right. All right. These are actually the 4116s I pulled out of computer. So these are suspect. I don't know if they're good or bad. I guess if I get the Apple II Plus working, then I can put some in and test. Okay. They won't like cause shorting problems, but they just might not work. All right. So I'm looking for a 74 367 and a 74 LS00. It's quite possible I may be ordering chips from Mauser. Which, fun fact, I placed an order with Mauser yesterday. I also placed an order with Jamco yesterday. Granted, the Jamco order didn't have any ICs on it, so it was probably going to get placed yesterday regardless because it had sockets on it. I've gotten tired of having to cut sockets to make sockets, so I finally broke down and ordered sockets of all various sizes that I didn't have on hand. Which is why I just went ahead and ordered the stuff from Jamco. And I also ordered some empty IC tubes so that when I get ICs like this, I might be able to, like, well, put them in tubes. I don't have enough anti-static foam to keep them all in foam. So I don't think there were any electronics on my Jamco order. It was all like sockets and empty tubes. Okay, I do not think I have the chips I'm looking for on this. All right. I think I've got a couple more ICs somewhere that are not in this box. Well, granted, I have ICs that are dumped into the bottom of this box, but I think the ones that are in the bottom of the box are... Oh. Actually, they're not what I thought they were. Okay. Hold, please. I thought the ones that were in the bottom of this box were... Oh, they're CMOS chips. Okay. Then they're not going to be what I need. $558. Yeah, those are all CMOS chips down there. Except for that, oh, except for that 287. Okay. I have a couple more tubes of SEs somewhere. Let me see if I can find them. They're not like... Okay. Here. 74. Okay, that's not the ones I'm looking for. These are not the ones I'm looking for. Those are not the ones I'm looking for. Those are not the ones I'm looking for. Those are definitely not the ones I'm looking for. Wait a minute. What are these? Oh, I have 65 CO2s. Cool. Nope. Oh, this box of ICs is not at all what I thought it was. Never mind. All right. Somewhere I have more ICs. Hold, please. Alright. Maybe I'll go grab computer and we'll borrow chips from computer. Alright, let me go upstairs. Go grab computer. Borrow some I don't know where the ones I'm looking for are. Alright. Okay. I have everyone's favorite computer on the bench. And by favorite computer, I mean that computer in all capital letters. Oh. Nope. Okay. Okay. Well, nothing on the team YouTube page about potential chat issues. Alright. If you're wondering why there's gaffer's tape holding computer closed, it's because last time I had computer open, I didn't bother putting the screws back in. Uh-oh. And the packing tape on the side of the computer has decided to come loose. Oh, okay. I was afraid that it was about to prematurely tear the stickers on the top of computer. I'm not ready to give up on them yet. Not before I design a replacement case badge. All right. There we go. All right. So I have computer. Right. So the computer is now open and has willingly volunteered by means of computer is not in any condition to do anything at the moment because bad SCs and all. Need to set the lid or the key somewhere safe. There we go. All right, so I need to borrow the 74LS00, which is right here. And all right, YouTube, the lack of chat is getting old. All right, and then I need to borrow a 74 LS 367, which is equivalent to the 1897. And the reason I'm willing to risk these chips is because, well, first of all, I can just order more. And second of all, I think with those cards in the expansion connectors, I think the risk is minimal to power the Apple II Plus up. All right. Unfortunately, it does not appear as if I can blame computers' problems on shorted expansion slots, because depends on all the expansion slots in computer. Look, totally fine. Granted, maybe I should look at them under the microscope, but I don't see any problems not under the microscope. All right, maybe I should. All right, is there any possibility I can refresh the. Oh, I can turn on timestamps? Oh, there we go. Oh, chat's been broken for 19 minutes. Of course. And. All right, well, I joined Jeremy's Discord. Not that I can really. Discord is really not ideal for chatting because, of course, it's broken. Everyone's telling me it's broken. Yeah, I see it's broken. All right. I guess if you join Jeremy's server, I will at least be able to see if you're trying to type something, because, or if you say a message. It's not at an ideal vantage point, so I can't guarantee I can be as responsive, because the moment I put Discord in front of OBS is the moment that I will do something silly, like not see that I'm on the correct scene or something. All right, let's all right. So here's the chip we'll put into this place here. And we'll put the 74 LS00 in down here. And I'll put the card back in to remove the shorts. Oh, of course, it's now working. Now that I thought that I would have to jump ship, but of course it starts to work again. Of course. All right. So we got our 2 Plus. I am going to very carefully set the board here. I'm going to remember that there is handoffs are broken, so there we go. I will put a thing underneath it to keep it from shorting the metal plate. Plug the power supply back in. Not like the angle the board's at, so I'll put another spacer under the other end. Plug in the composite video cable, like so. Plug in power, like so. plug in the speaker so that we hear it beep. If it beeps. All right, we will turn on the smart outlet. Actually, I will turn the power switch on the power supply. I will leave it on bench cam in case smoke comes out. I will be recording in case smoke comes out for an eventual thing. All right, and we have power in 3, 2, 1. Oh, well, that was anticlimactic. Did Oh, does the Apple hold on? Does the Apple power supply work backwards from what I remember? Well, that was on. I didn't hear anything. Of course. All right. We go to capture input. Let's see if anything was on the screen, because maybe I just didn't. Hmm. Okay. Do I have? Do I have voltages? Nada. Yeah. All right. All right. Let me see if I can find a place to measure voltages. One moment. Okay, so that should be ground there. So I've got voltmeter on, so that should be ground, and that should be 5 volts. And I've got nothing. All right. I have 0 volts on the power supply. All right, let me. All right, I know these power supplies don't like to be powered up with no load, but I think it will be okay to briefly turn it on to check voltages. All right, so I have negative 10.77 volts. I have negative 4.48 volts. I have 12.02 volts. And I have 5.05 volts. The power supply is working. So if I don't plug it into the Apple II Plus board, it works. So I think there's still a short on the board. Hmm. All right, let's check resistances. All right, let me move this where I can more easily check. All right, so I believe looking at the connector, these two are ground. All right. Hmm. Okay. No? Maybe I just didn't get the plug plugged in all the way. Hi, Dave. Welcome. All right. All right. So I got the power plugged in again. Oh, let me plug in the speaker. So if it beeps, I'll hear it. And if it doesn't beep, I'll check for hot chips. All right. 3, 2, 1. All right. I definitely heard something click. Hmm. All right. Let me see what the voltages are I have. Just realized I can check them at the DRAMs, and then I'll have all 4 voltage rails. Let me find that page of the schematic here. Do I remember what corner is what? All right, so I got pin 1 is pin 1. Okay, so pin 1 is that one. So there's pin 16. Ground. The pin 1, I've got negative 5.17. That is correct. Pin 8 is positive 12 volts. That is correct. Pin 9 should be positive 5 volts. I got 4.93. Yeah, it looks like I've got those voltages. Okay, maybe the speaker's just not working. All right. Maybe I got the wrong composite input selected. Oh, I wouldn't do that, would I? Of course I would. All right, let me check where that. Also possible on my scalar 8 plus video output, and I may have to try a TV for confirmation. No, it is on composite input 1. All right, that was correct. All right, it is possible that all right. We have voltages, we have no beep, we have no all right. I think the next logical thing to do is to test some of these logic chips around the ones that were damaged by the shorted slot connectors. And I should probably check the 2 chips that came out of computer, because normally I would borrow chips from a known working computer, but computer is not known working at the moment. In fact, computer is known not working, and I don't know what chips are necessarily good or bad at the moment, because the live stream where I was testing computer, I ran out of time. All right. I've got my XG Pro out. Because it has a logic IC test. And the first one I'm going to test is the 7400 that I pulled out of computer. Yes, the TL8662 can test some logic chips. I have a TL8662 somewhere, but the T48 and T56 can also test them. And that's the one I keep on my bench, since it supports more chips. Although there's something wonky with its ZIF connector, so I'm probably going to end up ordering a replacement ZIF connector at some point for it. All right. So is the 74LS00 from Computer good? Yes, it is. All right. All right. This is also where I'm going to pull up that diagram. All right. So I think the next chip in so I'll get to this other chip here in a moment. I'm following there's a path of the clock chips. So there's a 74S86 that I believe it looks like the 74LS00. And let me go to this. So anyways, so here's the 74LS00 that I put the chip from computer in. So it is connected to 74S86 if I'm looking at the arrow and color code here correctly. So I'm going to test this chip here, because it's possible that the 74LS00 went and produced smoke, but it's possible it damaged the 7486 alongside. All right, so that looks correct. Again, not to say that that's necessarily the be all end all, but all right. There's also a 74S175 beside it. It's also part of the clock circuit. So let me check it real quick. Because if we had no clock circuit, then, well, we wouldn't have anything going on the computer. All right. That was the 74S175. So, all right. That one looks fun. Yes. I believe if Adrian Black was testing this, he would pull out an oscilloscope, but my oscilloscope is not on my bench at the moment. I need to try to make room to put it back on the bench. That's a little bench rearrangement project I started and haven't had time to finish yet. Okay. So next, it does look like the clock circuit is connected to the 74S153 here. I guess I'll check it, and if it tests fine, then we'll go to the chips around the CPU. Ooh, all right. Well, this chip looks a bit crusty. '74 153. Yep. Okay. Adam just figured out the wiring for his Apple IIe RGB card. Yay! That 74 153. Okay, well, that chip's also testing good. So it looks like the chips in the clock circuit are at least probably fine. All right, so looking at the diagram. Now, of course, these two transistors that look a bit suspect, I guess I may have to pull them and test them, but I'll actually have to remove them from the board to test them, and I'll probably make sure I have replacements before I do that. Well, that's an interesting. So there is an NE555 timer on this board that is soldered to the board. I thought Apple put socketed all these chips. There's like one soldered IC. I wonder what the chances are that's the one that's bad. Huh. Okay. Let's go up and check the 1897s. So I am going to pull these cards out. Oh, let me do myself a favor. And a little mark on the board so I remember which slots are suspect. All right, so got a 74 367. which is the equivalent to the 1897. 74,367. Okay, that one's fun. That's the one I pulled out of computer. Now I'm going to check its two companions. Okay, that one's. Now, granted, these tests aren't foolproof. It's possible that one of these chips might still be bad at higher speed operation. All right. Well, oh, it's an 1897, I believe. The silk screen on the board's not that great. But the equivalent is a 74 LS367. All right. 6502. What are the chances? What are the chances that. Ooh. Oh, okay. I noticed there was a Hitachi chip on this board, but it looks like it's an actual legitimate Hitachi chip, unlike the ones in computer, which the paint rubs off very easily. So it's probably fine. It's probably a legitimate chip, but yeah, there we go. Oh yeah, that tells me that the ones in computer are probably counterfeit. Because yeah, that this chip is just as old, and the paint is holding fast. Wonder what the chances that the 6502 got zapped. I know it did not. Well, there's no outward signs of. Adam says, "Can you believe one of the empty RAM chips on my RGB board was bad?" Complete shocker there, Adam. Complete shocker. All right, let me find a 6502. Ah, I know where I've got a 6502. Oh, it would help if I put it in first. Let's borrow the 6502 from. No, I don't want to borrow the one from computer. Hey, hold please. I think I have some 6502s that aren't 65. 6502 from 1641. All right, let me just borrow the one from computer. It's not like computer's doing anything with it. All right. So Apple II Plus's original 6502 is sitting to the side. Here's the one that was from computer. It's the 6502A. I'm kind of doubting it's actually a Signetics chip, but I know it's a 6502. This may not be a Signetics 6502, given the heritage of computer. Kib says I only have MT chips in my head. Oh well, I guess I sometimes feel like I have MT chips in my head on Mondays. All right, don't worry. There we go. Now I've got my slot protectors in place. All right. And all right. 3, 2, 1. Well, oh, that's interesting. I think we actually have a black screen now. All right, I just turned the power off. Yeah, turn the power back on. Oh. Oh. Nada again, yeah. Right, let me make sure all the chips are seated. Well, they do all appear to be seated. Oh, wait, does the Apple II Plus require the keyboard plugged in? Wait, no, it doesn't require the keyboard to power up. Yeah. All right. And we got nothing. Not even a beep. Okay, so it's not the processor, most likely. Okay, I think I will. Let me see if one of these two Apple II books I'm looking at has like a troubleshooting section. Or maybe I need to see if I've got a spare transistor. Alright. Might as well put this 6502 back in. Alright. Adam says swap around the three 8197s to see if the behavior changes. That's a good idea. I'm let me actually okay, no video. Got power, no video. We're not seeing garbage on the screen. Actually, let me try something first. All right. I need to plug in the PSU cable. I thought I had it plugged in. Let me actually check. I'll check voltages. All right. No, I have no volt. Oh, there we go. Smart switch was off, but I turned it off after I had trouble. So, all right. So I got -5 volts, 12 volts, 4.93 volts. So we have voltage. I've got I've got some plastic. Adam's asking, is it sitting on the pan? No, I've got it setting on some plastic containers to make sure it's not shorting against the metal pan. Now I have an idea here. It is possible my scaler doesn't like Apple II Plus video, although it should. Let me grab a TV and I'll plug the Apple II Plus into the TV. The TV has a composite output. And let's see if that shows anything. It's possible if there's a problem with the video circuit, maybe hold on. Oh, that's bubble wrap under my rolling chair. All right. The TV was tangled up in stuff. Had bubble wrap. All right. Let me find a video cable that's not like plugged into something and tangled up. There we go. I got this cable at VCF East last year. Okay. So, oh, hold on. Oh, I gotta find the remote. I gotta find the remote for the TV to change the input. Because this TV has the great feature that there's no input button on the front panel. You have to use the remote. And I don't know what I did with the remote. And that's not the remote. All right. Hold, please, while I try to remember what I did with the TV remote. Oh, hi, Jack. You were just in time to see me try to figure out what I did with the TV remote or the TV that's sitting in my chair. Because I want to see if maybe my capture device is not liking the signal coming out of the Apple II, if it's like off or something. Would be a good time to have a composite color CRT. Yeah, the TV will have to do. It's got a composite input. The problem is, I don't know what I did with the remote control. The problem is, I have a couple remotes down here. They all look very similar. Despite, and I misplaced the one for the TV. Funny thing is, I saw it the other day, but obviously I did TV like I probably should have. Oh, well, the thing is, I have a composite monitor, but it doesn't work. I tried to fix it last week. I ran out of time. Got a green one, but I haven't powered it up yet. I really wanted to check it before I power it up. guess I can really wanted to check it inside. All right. Okay. The way it goes, the TV that I don't know where the remote is for it. Here's the Apple II monitor that I bought from Jeremy that I really wanted to inspect before I plugged it in. Because for all I know, there's a refit in it that's going to go pop as soon as I plug it in. All right. Oh, all right. The Apple monitor green light's on. Okay, we have high voltage. All right, let's see if I see anything from the Apple II Plus on it. And the answer is no. Nope. Answer's no. Okay. That's a no. All right. Okay, so there's no video. All right. Let me see if I can find the troubleshooting in the book I'm looking at. I think it's got some troubleshooting. Oh, sorry. All right. Okay. Oh, don't worry, Adam. I'll get it working someday. Probably a bad chip on it. One that failed but didn't let the magic smoke out. All right, let's continue testing chips. I'm convinced I'll find one that's probably failed. I don't have a PVM. PVMs go for crazy silly money. I probably won't be getting a PVM anytime soon. Believe me, I'd like a PVM, but Tib says there's no such thing as enough CRTs. I got computers I would rather have more than a PVM, so if anything, I'm more likely to buy parts for 2 Apple II related computers this month, which my coffee go will go towards parts, and I got to adjust the goal amount because I was thinking my goal was to buy an Apple II Plus, but instead Adam generously sent me this one that needs repairs, so I need parts for an Apple II Plus. I can get an inkling of what's going on here. suspecting I'll find that there's a bad chip. So let me see if I can't find that book I was looking at. All right, Apple 2 Plus 2E Troubleshooting and Repair Guide from Sam's. Yeah, now my goal is a 2 Plus motherboard. You know, that would be the... I mean, that would be the simple solution. I just go on eBay and buy a Apple 2 Plus motherboard. Problem solved. And then I, longer term, fix this one. All right. Troubleshooting index starts on page 61. All right. So, startup problems. System won't boot. Actually, this is okay. I really like the Sam's guides. This is actually pretty nice here. All right. Startup problems. Symptom category: system won't boot. No power light, no beep, drive won't run. Okay, I don't think we can assume. Yeah, Sadmax says, yes, the parts cannon method. Yeah. All right. I'm going to assume the power light would be on because I see voltages. I can't confirm because the bulb's burnt out on this keyboard. So I'm going to assume we have power light on, no message, no beep. So page 63. Oh, also, I like this flowchart here. Troubleshooting procedure. Turn power off. Is power cord plugged in? No. Plug in cord, retry booting. Yeah. Jack says, replace logic board, yes. All right, let's go to page 63. All right. All right, so. Here we go. I can check the bulb socket for 5 volts. Yes, that's a good idea. All right, when I plug it back in next, I'll check that. All right. It does look like, though, we have a couple components here to check. So I've already checked the 74S86. I checked the 74LS153. I think I checked the 74175 and the 74LS00. So the two I have not checked are the 74S195 at C2 and the 74LS02 at B13. And then also bad crystal. Although I'm also going to say that it could probably also be the transistors around the crystal, which Adam was kind of wondering about. This is a third-party one. It's from Sam's Publishing. I think it's called Apple 2 Plus 2E Troubleshooting and Repair Guide by someone. I don't know who it's by right offhand. It's actually kind of a succinct. All right. Let me move this so I can see the list. There we go. Device, logic IC test. So let's test this 74195 at C2. It feels like the computer versions of the Haynes repair manuals. Yeah. All right. So that looks okay. Oh, that's weird. Okay. So I took it out, I tested it, and then I just realized. Oh, there it is. I was having trouble seeing the dot on it. All right. I believe it was inserted correctly. So, all right. And then the other one was the 74 LSO2 at B13. All right. Actually, I think this one's easier to just scroll the list than to find my keyboard. There it is, 7402. All right, that's not it. And it says the crystal. I don't know if the crystal's bad. I'd have to find a place to put my oscilloscope, and that's not probably happening tonight. Now that's interesting. Oh, that's just glue. Okay, that was glue that was holding the crystal down. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. Hmm. Well, the problem, Jack, is I'm trying to rearrange my bench so that my oscilloscope's in a better place, but at the moment, I don't have a spot for it because I was in between trying to move it, and then live streams happened. Okay. Oh, there's the clock circuitry. Okay. Well, now there's an interesting question. That was the clock circuitry. Okay. And I did find the right chips. So here's the beep circuitry. Wonder what the chances are that. All right, just hear me out. What if it is trying to beep? And one of those two chips is bad. Or maybe the speaker's bad. There we go. Okay. Now I'm onto something. All right, let's check to make sure that the problem's not maybe in the video circuitry. All right, let's first check the resistance of the speaker. Because maybe we got a different problem. Let's rule out a few things that I can check without an oscilloscope. It's also theoretically possible I could use this multimeter as a frequency counter, but I don't know how accurate it would be at a 1 megahertz clock. Because I think it's really only designed for like 60 hertz. All right. Oh, good night. Good night, Adam. And thanks again for sending this my way. I believe the speaker might be bad. All right. Well, the foam holding the speaker is definitely disintegrated. All right. Let's try measuring the resistance here. All right. Speaker's bad. So, if this computer was trying to beep, then we'd never hear it. The speaker's bad. All right. Let's see. What kind of speaker should this be? It is an 8 ohm quarter watt. 8 ohm quarter watt. All right. Yeah, speaker is bored. Actually, let's see if that's 8 ohms. Oh, wait. Oh, no, that would probably work. Computer is offering to loan its speaker. I know it works. At least the last time I had it powered on, which was more recently than like the 80s. So it's more likely to work. So let's try powering this board up again. This time with a speaker that I'm a bit more confident that it actually works. Because it's possible the problem is not, because if it beeps, then probably a whole another set of issues. All right. All right. 3, 2, 1. Alright, maybe I got the polarity backwards on the speaker. No. Okay. Let me double check the resistance of this speaker. Yep, 7.3 ohms. Well, Jeremy, it might be the same speaker you found in an old PC, but that's the speaker that was in computer when I got it. So that's computer. I'm not getting a beat. Contact. Well, the connectors are the same on the two speakers, so I'm pretty sure we were. Let me check the two chips, though, that's responsible for beeping. So that's going to be the 74LS74 at J13. Which is going to be this chip right here. It is possible. I have no idea why power supply is written on the top of the power supply with. It's not Sharpie. It looks like Sharpie on the camera, but I think it's actually scratched in. Yeah, they scratched it on. So it's not Sharpie, it's scratched. All right. Okay, the 74LS74 is fine. All right, there's one other chip responsible for beeping. According to this repair guide, that is. And that is going to be the 74LS138 at F13, which is this chip right here. And then there's a transistor that's also responsible. Yes, Gut Bomb. Adam posted something on Twitter about this power supply. There is a hole in the bottom of it. I haven't actually removed it to see the hole for myself, but there is a hole in the bottom of it. All right. Well, that's not it. Okay, so the chips responsible for making it beep appear to be working correctly. I have to wonder, though. All right. Okay. I mean, Jeremy, I probably have a old PC case I can steal a speaker out of, honestly. because they're all 8 ohms. All right. Well, this is certainly... certainly going to be a challenge. I think the next step is probably to try swapping some of the transistors. Or actually, probably actually try some troubleshooting with the oscilloscope. But I don't have a way of getting the oscilloscope on the bench tonight. Jack's as new as 5 cents cheaper. Okay, tell you what. Upbomb says new is cheaper, but 70 speakers are just better. And I realized I looked at the I presume you're referring to the eBay listing, but I didn't look at the eBay listing long other than to see that it was in Canada, which is suspicious potentially. I've seen a number of listings that the listing claims to be in Canada, but surprise, surprise, the item ships from China. Like they couldn't scroll that much further to select China from the list than Canada. Or more likely, they probably want you to think it's close, but oh, gut bombs being facetious. Jack's asking why those memory sockets are empty. I think it's because Adam took the probably took that 32K of RAM to fix something else. Or it was empty RAM, one or the other. I don't know. All right, let's take a look at this power supply for myself. I'm going to have to clean it at some point anyway, so... look at that! How cute. Oh, you're probably wondering how I'm going to fix this. Well, it's easy. I'm going to get some foil tape to put on the inside so that I have the foil shield. And then I'm going to print a picture of ceiling cat to put on the outside. Because why not? I mean, obviously. I mean, I realize that would actually mean that it's power supply cat and not ceiling cat, but, well, I couldn't think of anything more cliched. So, yeah. So I'm going to put a picture of ceiling cat on the bottom of the power supply so that the next person that opens it up and sees it will get a laugh. Yeah, seriously. I have no idea why that hole is there. It makes no sense. Probably done by the same person that scratched power supply on the top of it. I mean, it does make it easy. I mean, it does give you a nice handhold to open it up. Ooh. It smells... Hi. Oh, danger, Will Robinson. Oh, looky what I see in here. This is normally why I check power supplies before powering them up. Looky, oh looky, what is hiding down there? I spy, with my own 2 eyes, an exploding. I think it's a previously exploded reefer. A PER. So yes, I definitely will be ordering a Console 5 cap kit to replace that bad boy. Oh yeah, it's already exploded. It's kind of hard to see, but I guess the Rifa didn't get the message front towards enemy, because it looks like it kind of went more to the side there. I kind of realized that's hard to see with my flashlight because the exposure is all blown out, but yeah, you can kind of see it there. Yeah. Um, yeah, I think it kind of went more side towards an. Oh yeah, that Rifa's already gone. I guess that does go to show that when those fail, they fail open, uh, literally and electrically. They fail open. Yeah, Jack says so. It's a Rifa that blew a hole in the bottom. I wish. I don't know why that hole is actually there. It's almost like they had a meter. But why would they put that on the bottom of it? Did they think that that would give them access to the Rifa to I I do not know why they cut that hole there. It's absolutely bizarre. Well, anyways, I'll be ordering a Console 5 cap kit for this for sure. Well, Jack says perfectly rectangular hole. Well, more or less. I mean, it. I can tell you one thing about it. They used a nibbler. They used a nibbler to make it because I can see where it nibbled away at the cut there. I mean, actually, overall, for what was probably an amateur job, that's actually not bad. I mean, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. A fan of some sort. Well, the only problem is that's the bottom of the power supply. And unless that was actually in a different case, that goes straight up against a closed part of the case. Gut Bomb says maybe they didn't know what the smoke was and thought they'd provide a vent hole for the next time. Maybe. Maybe they thought it would give them access to the rivets. Because this power supply did have 2 rivets in it. There and there. But why didn't they just, like, take the rivet out, and then pop the bottom off and then take the shrapnel out from the rivet? Can it be flipped around? Well, no. There'd be no way to attach it to the case if you flipped it around, because these are threaded inserts of some type, and they don't line up with the screw holes on the bottom. Oh, hey Vborg, welcome. This is the power supply of more questions than answers. Just in case I ever forget what it is. It says what it is right there. So when I'm old and have forgotten what a power supply is, all I got to do is look at it and it'll tell me that it's a power supply. I mean, that's so reassuring. Also, it looks like they smeared, like, okay. I was looking. If you notice that clear stuff there, I have no idea what that is, but did not come off with Windex. I for a moment thought it was just like some, like, generic something or other. I have no idea what that is. Yeah, the flash. I don't know. There's more questions than answers at this point. All right. I am curious if that clear stuff will come off with isopropyl alcohol. It kind of looks like it might be like nail polish or something. Nope, it's not coming off with the. Nope, alcohol's not taking it off. All right, good night, Gut Bomb. I'm actually probably about to draw the stream to a close here very, very shortly, as in like the next couple minutes. But yeah, so anyways, that's the Apple II Plus. That looks like I've got more repairs to do. So it's still broken, so there'll be more exciting Apple II repair streams in the future. Assuming I can figure out what parts I might need to fix it. I mean, honestly, well, Jeremy, this power supply works, so I'll just replace the blown out reef. I don't know why I would just replace the innards with a reactive microboard instead of just replacing the reefa. I mean, obviously, if this power supply was like actually broken, then I would do it. But it just needs me to probably replace that reefa. So I'm just going to do that. Because in reality, I suspect I'm just going to probably end up buying an Apple II Plus motherboard. And then having a working one to figure out what's broken with the broken one. That's probably going to be what I end up doing, because I think there's a couple of Apple II Plus motherboards on eBay for like $100. I'm at least going to put my Mac Plus back together enough to be able to. So, anyways, all right. So it needs more work. I was going to end the stream, but I realized that because I am so bad about like forgetting how things go together, and it might be a little while before I get back to this, because yeah, $100 is kind of crazy, but if the board has all the DRAMs on it, it maybe is not that bad of a deal. I am not, if that's the product I think you just sent me, Jeremy, I am not buying a replacement PCB for something that's probably a bad logic chip. Of course, I got my hands full. So I may be assuming something, but anyways, this also will show you that the hole was on the bottom of the power supply, and you can't. So I don't know why that hole's there. If it was for a voltage display, well, they sure put it on the wrong side, because you can't see it with the plate on it. Oh, yeah. So why would I pay $340 for a. Oh, that's for assembled. $265 for a kit, when I can buy a tested used one on eBay for $100. Okay, maybe they had a case bottom with an identical hole. I will give you that. That might be why there's a hole there. Maybe there was a hole on their case, and this is not the case that power supply was originally in. Because Adam might have bought the power supply separately. All right. Anyways, I'm at least going to put this back together enough so that inevitably when I come downstairs Thursday to stream and realize that I left part of this on the bench, that I just grab the entire thing and move it to the side. I have way too many computers. Well, I've got way too many computers disassembled to add another one to the mix, and besides, there's enough missing screws on this one that it doesn't really take that long to put it back together. All right. Yeah, I think I've seen the Apple II clone that's on eBay. I do sometimes search for things on eBay, the place where I buy things I'll later regret, because after all, how would I buy things at the place I later regret buying them if I don't search that place for items to potentially buy and regret? All right. Pinecorn 6400. Where did they come up with these names? Just Pinecorn. That I'm still partial to computer. I don't think the Pinecorn has a computer banner on startup. And I'd like to think I can actually fix computer. All right, there we go. So now that I've got it back together, at least far enough so that it's one unit. I didn't put the speaker back in since it's broken. Partly because I need to put it somewhere where I'll remember to order one. But there we go. There's the Apple II Plus. Oh, I was looking at that and thought that someone had forgotten to remove the peel from the case badge, but I don't think that's the case. All right. What did I do with the original speaker? Well, I don't know what I did with the speaker. It's on my bench somewhere. It's hiding. Oh, there it is. All right, there we go. Apple II Plus. It needs work. And there we go. I will put the note from Adam with it. And But at least it's now back together and my webcam's being mean. Hi, webcam. Can you focus on me and not the background? Of course not. Of course, that's not going to focus on me. All right, let's see here. I don't know. I'm not impressed with these Anchor work webcams. Seems to like to focus on the minutia. See, not even Microsoft Assembler's in focus. I don't know what it's focusing on. It looks like it's focusing on nothing at the moment. I mean, the background stuff's not in focus. Microsoft Assembler's not in focus. I'm not in focus. The microphone's not in focus. I don't think anything's in focus. Ah, humbug. Humbug, I say. Humbug. Of course, I also say that it's about time to end the stream because it is past midnight now. Oh, wait a minute. That looks like an Apple II. I thought that was a Pinecorn 64. That's an Apple II. Oh, there we go. There's the Pinecorn link. Oh, Pinecom. Oh, Pinecom. Sorry. Chat small. The trash can looks like it's in focus. Great. My webcam secretly wants me to get a trash can Mac Pro, I guess. It's probably sending me a subtle hint. Pinecom. Alright, well, I probably won't bid on it, but I will at least watch the auction so I can see how much a Pinecom goes for. Alright. So, I guess this was a interesting stream. Apple II Plus, no smoke, but no beep, no video, no image, no banner, no nothing, and no room for my oscilloscope on the workbench. So I guess I have my work cut out for me this weekend. Do my taxes, clean the bench off enough to put the oscilloscope over on this side. Because that's not going to be happening before Thursday's stream. But anyways, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, I'll be trying to continue to work on the Apple IIe monitor that has been face down for the past year, I think. Hopefully I'll get it up and running. And then, well, I don't know about next week. I don't have parts for computer. I don't know. Next week might be a troubleshooting stream if I can get the oscilloscope on the bench. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll do some oscilloscope troubleshooting if I can get the oscilloscope on the bench. Because I don't know that I'm going to be able to order parts by then, but at least I might be able to get some more troubleshooting. Because partly, I don't really want to just like randomly buy parts. I'd like to make an informed parts purchase decision. So, yeah. And the shelf behind the trash can. Yeah. I don't know what's in focus. Anyways, I think this has been a great stream nonetheless. It's an Apple II Plus. I've wanted one for a while. This was our first, well, not this particular Apple II Plus, as far as I know. One like it was our first family computer. It was a hand-me-down, so it'll be nice to get this one running. So I guess first, get it running. I'll probably hold off on... Jeremy's asking how many scopes I have. I don't know, but not all of them are in working condition. There's only one, though, that I have that I can plug into a video and let you see what I'm seeing. Because only one of them has VGA out. It's also a rather large scope. So, anyways, I think I've got like a half dozen, but most of them are in unknown working shape. And they're like analog scopes. I need my auto set button. Because I'm not a scope professional, I'm a scope novice. So, anyways, I guess stay tuned for more exciting live streams. Make sure you smash that like button, and subscribe and turn on notifications so you know when I go live next time. I am going to get it. This webcam is on borrowed time because this is annoying that it's not in focus. Leave a comment if you have any troubleshooting steps I should try, or if you have a suggestion for a 4K webcam that will actually focus on me and not the trash can behind me. Yeah. And I guess tune in next time, Thursday, 9 p.m. Eastern, and we'll be taking a continued look at the Apple IIe composite monitor. And then next week, probably I'll go back to the Apple II Plus and maybe computer, try to figure out what's wrong, and hopefully I can get the scope on the bench. I think that sounds like a solid plan. And hopefully I'll have the new buttons in so I can at least show off what I've got, because I think some of you all will like some of the designs. And if you don't, well, I like them. I think they're cool. But I think you all will like some of them too. Anyways, I think with that, I am going to wrap the stream. Three Stooges the camera. No, it was too expensive to do that. Maybe I'll email Anchor Work and let them know that I'm not impressed with their autofocus. Yes. I think Jack has an idea of what one of the designs might be. I'll clue you in on one of them, Jack. For your very close guess there. I don't have Photoshop on this computer, or I would pull one up and show everyone right now. I'll have to export them as a PDF, unless they show up by Thursday, which they might. But hopefully I will remember tomorrow night to export them as some format that's not Photoshop, so that I can show off some of them if I don't have the buttons in hand. But tonight I needed to update the animations for the live stream to make sure the correct people were being acknowledged at the correct places. So that kind of overrode me exporting all the Photoshop files to like PNG or something, because I don't have Photoshop on this computer. And anyways, yeah. With Creative Cloud, I get to pick I think I can pick three computers that actually have the Creative Cloud software on them, and two of them can be logged in. The third one's like logged out. It's kind of weird, but I don't come downstairs to do video editing or photoshopping, or so. I mean, why would I have Photoshop on this computer? But so I've got yeah, it's upstairs. Anyways, have a great rest of your evening. Hopefully your evening goes better than this webcam is focusing right now. If your vision is this blurry, maybe go see your optometrist or ophthalmologist. I guess it'd be optometrist would be the correct profession. And with that, take care and God bless. Computerized Start is brought to you by my awesome patrons on Patreon, and by your tips and memberships on Ko-fi. These and other channel supporters make my live streams possible. You too can become a channel supporter with tiers starting at just $1. Don't forget to smash that like button. And if you've liked what you've seen, subscribe and turn on notifications so that you don't miss the next video or live stream. And as always, thank you for all your support. I hope to see you next time. And until then, take care.